Yeah, you know with KD and Laughing Stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic's swishy, but we're making noise. From the top of the charts, here the peoples rejoice. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being buck munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
Hello.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, he's got us on the thing.
What is it?
Why is it doing this to us now?
Just being weird, ain't it?
It is being weird.
Good thing is it's already on. It happened.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
God knows what is
We're
going
on.
on with it.
Yeah.
You know what that was? They saw that we were talking about the election and they were like, you know what? No, we can't have anyone doing it. Silence them. Even on Rumble, we're going to get the CIA to silence them from
That's right.
England.
That's right.
You know what we should have done to secure ourselves? What? We should have got Norton VPN. That's the right one?
I think it's not just NordVPN.
NordVPN.
Yeah.
NordVPN with promo code Squishy Dick.
That'd be awesome. Could you imagine if we had that?
Yeah, I don't know if they'd go with that code, but
I would.
I would go with it.
Yeah.
But who are he? Who is he? Who am I? We are your Squishy Logic boys, and welcome to another episode of Squishy Logic.
Yeah.
I am your comedic babyface and everybody's favourite laughing stock, KD Hinken, joined by my Amsterdam loving brethren. Who are you?
I am Nathan Parish. It looks like I've got Dr. Pepper for a dick, but I assure you that is just Dr. Pepper.
It's not Dr. Pepper Dick.
Mm.
You excited me then.
Not today.
If I was going to be gay, that's the dick I would go for.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper Dick.
I get that.
Dr. Pepper is the original as well. People think Coke is the original. Dr. Pepper's the original.
Is it?
Dr. Pepper's been around longer than Coke. Google it.
I did not know that.
Google it.
Dr. Pepper's better than Coke.
I know. And it was made by a doctor.
Yeah, so
It wasn't really. That's
no,
a lie.
but medically that means it's true.
Pharmacist. It was made by a pharmacist. That's true.
Yeah.
Like he wanted
I'm
to
sure
be a
he was
doctor.
as much a doctor as fucking Dr. Phil was, or is.
Well, I mean, everyone's as much of a doctor as Dr. Phil is,
Exactly.
so- Jeremy Kyle was, and
Yeah.
damn, he killed people, yo.
Well,
I would not be surprised if we learned that, like, I don't know, 10 years down the line, Jeremy Kyle is involved in some weird sus stuff.
was it Stuart Lee who had a joke about Jeremy Kyle, and he was talking about Jeremy Kyle has this thing where he licks his golf balls. And
What?
and I
gotta
want to be
go
very
share the
serious here that actually the stuff they use to clean the fields and clean golf balls is very carcinogenic, and it can lead to, if you keep licking the golf balls, it can actually lead to cancer of the mouth. So again, I want to be very serious here. Well, fun and games, but Jeremy, please don't stop licking golf balls.
Oh, yeah, don't stop, okay. Is any of that true?
Yeah.
Right, so you can get cancer from licking golf balls?
You can get cancer from fucking everything's
That's true.
carcinogenic.
That's true. I don't know what carcinogenic means, to be honest with you.
Causes cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's so many things that cause cancer. They've got a word
They've
for
got a
it.
full title for
Because
it.
causing cancer was too much to say.
Yeah, causing
they went
cancer.
for
Is like, carcinogenic.
Even though it's more syllables.
Carcino.
No, it's the
Genic.
same. The same syllables.
Yeah.
Causes cancer. Causes cancer is 4, no? It
Yeah.
causes cancer. It's carcinogenic. So it's more syllables. English is a dumb
Yeah, but-
fucking
But
language.
it's
I bet it was an American.
It's scientific Latin shit, isn't it?
What?
Scientific Latin shit. They've always got to come up with some fucking scientific name for something.
Latin wasn't
They
even
can never
around.
just call it like the blue beetle. It's Proboscis beritus verandiep or something. It's like, fuck
What?
off. I don't know. There's always something stupid like that. Like they've named fucking beetles and things after Harry Potter characters.
No.
That's what scientists do.
So I'm just having a slight issue on my phone. Right. I tell you what, while I'm trying to share this now,
Should we
to
do a
one
little
degree-
bit of Amsterdam recap?
I was about to say, why don't
Yeah.
you fill them in a little bit about Amsterdam? while
So
I'm
yeah,
doing
I've
this?
been off for a little bit. This is the reason why we had to do a live podcast on the internet last time.
Which I'm not going to lie, might not even go onto the audio one because
yeah, because it was terrible.
yeah,
audio.
I hate. Yeah, the audio kept screwing up
Genuinely
actually.
terrible audio.
And I just hated doing it like that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right doing it out
Doesn't?
of the room. This is a room built podcast. I feel,
Even though it was literally started remote, but
yeah,
it has become a
Yeah.
room build podcast. Definitely.
I agree.
Okay, Gesundheit.
Because sometimes,
There was stuff coming out of you.
yeah, that works. I like that. So yeah, I've been to Amsterdam on holiday with me girlfriend and had a lovely time.
Lovely fucking time.
Lovely time. Did all the sort of the touristy shit. Ate a lot of good food.
Mm.
Oh my god, was the food good?
It's the thing you don't hear about much in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
About the
people
food.
don't talk about it, but
Mm.
honestly, me and Matilda spent so long walking around for the first few days. You're like, which one's right? Oh, should we look at the reviews? Oh, what about this and that? Don't bother. Just go. I like Italian. There's an Italian place. That'll do. Because it will do. They are all fucking lovely. I didn't come across a bad one the entire time I was there. If you see one that's permanently empty and someone's desperately trying to get you in, maybe think there's a problem there. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe don't go to that one. But if you see one that's always got a few people in it, like that's gonna be a good fucking restaurant. We had Italian there that was so good. It was a pizza, right?
Found it now.
Freshly made.
Finally
dough.
found it. I was having
Nice.
so much issue trying to fucking find that there. I am so dumb when it comes to technology, you know.
Yeah. Freshly made dough, right?
Mm.
What was it? It was black olive and Gouda cheese.
Whoa.
It's good.
Okay.
It was so good.
Black olive and Gouda cheese.
Yeah, black olive and Gouda cheese. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was fucking amazing. It was amazing. I've never had a pizza that was sort of that fresh and that delicious. And we also had a starter of just like ciabatta bread with like garlic butter dip to just like dip it in and yeah. Oh my god, man! It was I ate like a fucking pig the entire time, but I still lost weight because in Amsterdam you fucking walk everywhere, absolutely fucking everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like very hilly and stuff, isn't it? Or is that
No,
one
no,
of
it's
them?
flat as fuck.
Oh,
Flat as
okay.
fuck. Because it's built underneath sea level.
Oh, okay.
So like it's got dams and shit to stop the fucking sea getting to you, basically. And if they go, you're in problems. Like
Oh, wait,
in the new
you
Batman.
don't want me
film.
to tag you, do you?
I don't care anymore. Yeah. So like
Below sea level.
below sea level.
So does that mean if there was like
If there was a Riddler type thing where they blew up all the dams,
yeah, okay, yeah,
like in the Batman,
Yeah,
we would have suddenly been underwater.
Well, yeah, but hold on. Think about how much more chill that place would be, Gotham would be, if they had like
Shitloads of weed. And,
Shitload of
and
weed.
the red light district.
red light district,
Yeah.
sex museums for the people that really want to go there.
Oh, we
and a
went
bit
there.
extra.
We went to the sex museum.
Oh, go on, tell us about it.
Okay, so sex museum. First things first, it is right on the main high street.
Go put one to the comedy group.
It is not off to the side. It's not down an alleyway. It is right off the main high street, right next to a tram stop, right across from where our hostel
You're saying
was.
it's trying to stop them.
Tram stop, sorry. Right across from
They
where
stop all the trans people
They
right
stop
there, and they're
them
like,
right there.
"Oh, hey, let us
Don't
know when
be
you
thinking-
are.
Yeah.
There's ruffles for you all. Don't worry. We just need to figure out what department we're working with here."
I did feel
Oh, yeah.
bad in a lot of the places. It was women's bathroom and then men and non-binary, and it's like, oh,
Really?
that feels like lumping them in with like, yeah, have the fucking dirt box. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember what the toilets were like in my boys' school. Oh my god!
Yeah,
You want to talk about being below sea level?
that's
Damn,
fucking right. Yeah,
puddles are galore.
yeah. And what was I talking about? Yeah, so the sex museum,
Yeah,
right off
yeah.
the main fucking strip, right fucking there. You can go like to a McDonald's about 500 yards down from it. Like, it's that kind of fucking vibe in Amsterdam. It's
I like
brilliant.
that. Golden arches with some golden
In
arches.
fact, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Before, let's just get this out the fucking way, right? weed is perfectly legal there to smoke in cafes whenever you want, wherever you want.
What, in cafes?
In cafes, yeah,
Yeah.
provided the cafe goes like, look, we want to be a marijuana type establishment,
Like a
and
juice.
and the government goes, fine, that's what you are.
Okay.
You're not allowed to sell alcohol now.
Okay.
So you can have a dispensary inside and have a cafe that serves like soft drinks, like cappuccinos.
Yeah. I can understand them wanting to not mix it. I
Not
get
mix it too.
that. I
But
get that.
you can also have bars that allow you to smoke weed inside them. So you can go to a
That's great.
dispensary or
Okay.
a cafe and buy a shitload of weed.
Just
And then you go
the-
to a bar, you sit down, you roll up the joint, and you have a fucking beer with your joint.
Oh, so okay, so they're fine with mixing it.
They're
in that
fine
case,
with it
then.
mixing it in that way, but again,
Yeah.
it's like this thing of like, well, that's a bar type establishment,
Yeah.
and this is a weed type establishment.
You're more likely to go a bit ragey in the bar type establishment. So,
Mhm.
if you're going to have alcohol, keep it there. But this is the chill part.
That's it. And like, so some of the places we went to, let's just get this out of the way because we're already on this subject now because it's just started immediately. But it's literally it's like you go there and you realize that the government in the UK literally treat us like fucking children.
Oh, man, they do. I
They
hate this
treat
government.
us like toddlers
Yeah.
who can't make our own decisions.
Yeah.
And
Literally.
you go to Holland, you go to Amsterdam, and you just look around at a world where they're like, you're adults, you know what's good for you, go ahead and enjoy it.
Yeah, or make your own choices.
Make your own choices. You know the dangers.
Mm.
Go and enjoy what you want to enjoy. And like, it's really interesting because like it gets more X-rated the closer you get to the red light district.
That makes
So
sense.
the red light
Yeah.
district is like the central hub for everything adult. And then from
That's where
out
I'd be
there,
going.
like things sort of spread out. So you have like the heavy amount of weed dispensaries and hostels. And then from there you go out into the more sort of touristy kind of areas which have got cafes on the off streets and the alleyways. And then you go further out and then it's like into the more sort of upper class areas. But there's still cafes fucking everywhere. There's coffee shops. You are never more than 10 minutes away from a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You can
And you
literally
shouldn't
just
be.
Google it in your fucking phone. And it's like coffee shop, follow that to the left, down there, cross a bridge, do it, and it should be on there.
It's weird that it's called a coffee shop still,
It's
considering.
yeah, because that's what they have. That's what they originally sort of sold alongside it. It was always a sort of a
Coffee
weed
and bud.
yeah,
It's just an
which is
upper
a
and a
lovely
downer.
combo. It's
Yeah,
genuinely a lovely combo, and that was sort of keeping me going for most of my time in Amsterdam. Was like lovely little coffee, little bit of this. And like there's one of the places we went to, Prix d'Ami. There.
What?
Prix d'Ami,
Oh, yeah.
which means mates rates in French, essentially.
Okay. World's biggest. XXX. World's biggest what?
It is the world's biggest weed cafe.
Ah.
And it is big. It is an entire building, and it's about 4 or 5 floors, dispensary on the bottom, and then just like multiple levels of seating areas and things like that, and like a VIP section at the top and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And like legit fucking lovely place to go.
That's Bud Shop as well.
That's
Coffee
got a
shop.
bud shop at the bottom, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was a place where I tried some of the best bud. Like
Yeah.
it was more expensive than most of the other places, but it was better bud.
It's like you were saying, like the top shelf shit, you have to pay for more.
Top
and all
shelf
that
shelf,
kind of stuff.
yeah. If you
Yeah.
go to like, there's a place called Babylon, which was like the main dispensary down the strip we were on, because they'd all go into the bars and you'd hear them say so many times. Someone would come into the bar and say, "Oh, can I buy some weed?" And they're like, "Oh no, we don't sell weed here because we sell the alcohol. So you've got to go down the street. You go right, left, right, and then you and like
And you go out
literally
and put signs up and
yeah,
shit like this.
literally every single one. They were like right, left, or right, left, right, right, and like
Yeah.
you just heard them say this so many times over and over and over again.
It became like proper second nature. to them
Yeah,
then,
and they were sort of saying, "Look, we need kickbacks at this point because we're always sending people to you at Babylon, so
Yeah,
you're getting shitloads of fucking business." And they were. There was never a moment when I was at Babylon where there wasn't at least one other person there smoking weed or buying weed. And like we'd go in and we'd sit there and we'd have a smoke, and then just literally torrents of people would just come pouring through, all buy stuff and then fuck off to different bars or come in and sit down and have a smoke. And they had Deadpool and versus Wolverine on TV. So I was sat there watching that at one point, having a smoke. And they had like YouTube videos and stuff on a different screen. And like, there is a cafe or a bar for everyone.
I was about to say, that's what it sounded like. Yeah, there's different kind of vibe for
There's
everyone.
a rock bar one, which is like rock music. And like, everyone had different music. One was like 80s neon shit.
Because, of course, over there, they understand as well that because everyone smokes weed.
Everyone.
All different kind of like vibes. So that's something that's not as understood here either, because
most of the places we ended up going to for the most part were the Rasta ones, because they're just more chill. Like with the Rasta music in the background, you can sort of just relax a little bit, have a little bit of a conversation, have a drink, all that kind of stuff. But we were so tired, man. Genuinely.
Well, I'm not surprised you'd be smoking bud all the time.
No, not even that. Not even the bud. You literally, it's like, all right, where are we gonna go? We're gonna go to here. Oh, that's half an hour. All right, cool. And then we're going to go after that. Oh, that's 15 minutes. Sweet. And where are we going to go after that? Oh, that's 20 minutes. Sweet.
Oh, so you're moving around constantly.
Because, that's the thing in Amsterdam. You never stay in one place for more than, like, half an hour at most.
Yeah.
It's always like, oh, where are we going to go next? Oh, we're going to go to this place. We're going to go to this place. And, oh, mate, the food. Oh, my God, the food.
Yeah, that's
so good.
That is surprising. That is something you just don't hear about a lot.
Yeah. But that's the thing, because everyone goes to Amsterdam. They're like, oh, yeah, the weed and shit. Let's go get fucked up. And it's like, dude, there is so much extra shit in this city that you are just ignoring. And food is one of the most important parts of it.
And the food will taste better because you're high. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Everything tastes better when you're high, man. And even if you don't realise it.
We went to this place. It's called Tune, right? And it is a toasty place that does Japanese, like, fusion toasties.
Okay.
Right, and they are really famous.
Not the combination I would ever think to put together.
Yeah, they're really famous for their matcha tea, right?
I've heard of that.
So what I went from iced strawberry matcha, and I had this toasty. Now I've got to explain what this toasty is, because it's not a normal toasty, right? What they have done is they have baked their own brioche loaves of bread. So like the really nice buttery brioche.
Yeah. I like a good brioche.
Yeah.
Brioche is the
They've
best kind of
taken 2 thicknesses worth of like really nice thick brioche.
But soft.
Yeah. And they cut it between the 2 line and then just put a little pocket inside the 2 sides of the bread, so it doesn't slip out the side.
Right. Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
A little pocket of brioche, right? Thick.
That's weird. I'd never think of having brioche as a toasty,
mate.
That's a
Mate,
I thought the sugar would like do something to
no, because that's it. It's not sugary, because they make it in the proper way, so it's just buttery and creamy and delicious.
I don't know.
Right? Yeah. So I had Japanese omelette and Japanese shrimp, right, with cheese in this toasty, right? And no, mate.
Well, hold on. Omelette, shrimp, and cheese in a toasty.
In a toasty. Oh, mate, it was.
What the fuck?
It was so good. Matilda had something you probably prefer, which was just literally the standard, like, prosciutto ham and like mozzarella and stuff. Like
the hell! Standard. I want the standard one.
Yeah,
I'd go for some weird shit.
For them, that was more standard.
No, I'm saying that sounds standard.
Oh, you go for the weird. Oh well,
I said I'd want weird, but not shrimp.
They did have like pork rib, like stuff shaving basically with the cheese as well.
Something sweet in there. I like that sweet kind of stuff.
Oh, but the prawns were sweet. That's why I like.
Yeah, not the
prawns. No, but honestly, this thing was about that thick. It was 15 euros. So it was an expensive toasty, but by the time I was finished eating it, I was completely full.
Yeah,
it was so dense and delicious, man. And the matcha as well was the perfect combination, because I've never really done matcha before.
Matcha is like that.
It's the one that tastes a bit like grass.
Yeah, but isn't it also like a bit chocolatey or something? Or
it can be.
They use it in chocolate.
They do use it in chocolate, in combination. But the thing is, like matcha.
Oh, matcha. Yeah, I've
matcha
seen the greeny stuff. I've seen it on Bake Off and that. Actually,
that's
I think.
Yeah. And some of it can be absolutely awful. Some of it can be genuinely terrible. But this place is like world renowned for being one of the best matcha places. And fuck, good matcha. I now know what the fucking bar is.
You know the bar for matcha. Yeah.
and nothing in the UK is ever going to match that.
No, nothing in the UK is ever going to match that yet. Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Um,
that's a pretty head.
So let me just go through a list of the notes that I made on the. Yeah,
I'm going to let people know as well, just because I keep feeling in my ear that I cannot hear out of my right ear at the moment, which is an issue because later on tonight, Holly Bush from 7 p.m. onwards, Variety Night, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'll be doing the first hour, which is the pre-show, but I call it the show, which is the show before the show. With John Palmer doing the rest with the American Man. You can also go over onto the KD Comedy Podcast channel right now, or not right now, actually, later or after, at some point.
Sometime soon.
Yeah. If you come to watch this, come to the Friday night later, and then you're like, I want to listen to a little bit more of KD and John Palmer, so I'll listen to their podcast after.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's a good way to
That's
put
a great
it.
idea, yeah.
But I can hear you, though, so you carry on while I fiddle with my ear.
Yeah.
You're on the other side, which is good.
So I have a little list of the good places that I went to. There are a couple of cafes on here that I forgot what the names were because they just either didn't make an impression or had an actively negative impression. So I don't.
That's not good.
I don't want to be a negative Nancy.
You don't want to be a negative Nancy.
No, not when I was having such a lovely time. So
yeah, you only want to be a negative Nancy when you're having a bad time. Then it's okay.
That's it. Yeah,
invented.
That's it. Yeah. So one of the first places we went to was a bar called Hot or Not.
Oh.
Which was being run by, I think he was either Colombian or Spanish or something like that. One of the most flamboyantly gay guys I saw the entire time I was in Amsterdam, and that's saying something, right?
Oh, really?
He was wearing tight black jeans and a very tight t-shirt, and he was just bouncing around behind the bar, having a fucking whale of a time, and it made Hot or Not a beautifully wonderful place to be.
Right. Good vibes then, make it good.
Fucking good vibes, man, and like full on like hardcore, old school, like
what?
Yeah, old school pop music, like going on the entire time. So
that'd be fun for a bit. I wouldn't want it for ages.
Exactly. So it's low on my list. I'm sort of going up.
Oh, okay. With the backdrop of an overly flamboyant dude jumping around, then I can.
Yeah, you can go like, we're definitely
together.
going to Hot or Not for at least one time.
I was watching a quiz the other day, and I saw a snippet from an old pop video, and I was like, "Hearsay," and I got it right. Yeah, so I can't say shit.
Yeah. Right. What else have we got? We have. Oh, what would I put next on it?
You haven't listed them already.
The tribe was all right.
The tribe, okay.
In fact, I don't think I feel
like somewhere Joe Rogan would go.
I don't feel I need to put the tribe. It was basically just. It wasn't a bad place by any means, but it just felt like somewhere that like.
It was just one of the names you could remember then.
Yeah, it's just one of the names I could remember.
Okay.
Like, because it was on the fucking the mile, and you know it was one that we went to.
Okay.
There were some really shitty fucking places, man.
If it's going to be legal and you can have them everywhere, there's going to be some crap.
Some shit, yeah.
It's how it should be.
Yeah.
Open up a wood shop. It's down. You're welcome to open it, but it's down to you to sell the good stuff.
Yeah. Get down.
Get down.
That was a good one.
That sounds like you're telling somebody to do something sexual.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Get down.
Yeah. Get Down was very fun because Get Down was underground. For a start.
Oh, okay, it makes sense now. Yeah. Get Down.
And they had quite a few good strains available. Excuse me.
Good on tie.
Thank you.
It's still amazing when you're talking about this, and it's like I keep forgetting the idea that you can just walk into a shop and just that put today.
Yeah.
Just
And it's all like
it's like I was disgusted. I mean,
yeah, it's between like 10 to 15 euros for your standard buds.
Depending. I mean, what's euros? How does that kind of
per gram as well?
But how do euros kind of thingy now though? Because
around about 80p per pound.
Okay. I remember when it first came in, it was like 66 per p.
Yeah.
Didn't it go like?
Oh, it went up. Basically, we lost a shitload of the distance because of Brexit.
Yeah, it just started to come back a bit then now because
it came back a little bit.
Equal at one point.
It was almost equal. Yeah. It's come back a little bit. So it is sort of beneficial to go. You know, when it's more in our favour.
Oh, wait, you know what though? Actually, you don't even know about the budget, do you? Probably. I think that happened while you was away.
Oh yeah, they did a whole one. I've got no idea.
Okay, we'll get to that, don't we?
Yeah. Okay. So
Joy to England, we are great.
Yeah. What was I saying?
about how much better the Try wasn't and how much better Get Down was.
Yeah,
I think you were telling us about
Get Down was
still,
really
actually.
fun. Get Down was really good.
So you go down into it.
You go down into it just underneath this sort of set of random.
It's almost like they wanted a bang on name just for people if they were too high to really understand it. They were like, no, come here and get down.
Get down.
Get
down into the thing. And that was that. Honestly, it felt like I was on the set of a Terminator movie from the 80s. Like, and at any moment, Arnold Schwarzenegger could come through wearing a denim jacket and just start fucking shooting down Sarah Connor. It was exactly the same type of lightning and shit.
Wait, hold on. So which part of what part of the film are we talking about here?
Do you remember in Terminator 1 where she goes into a bar, into a club,
right,
to try and avoid the Terminator? And she's trying to talk to someone on the phone, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger just sort of pushes his way through and stops shooting people in the club.
Wasn't it when she was trying to avoid Kyle? No, not Kyle Fletcher.
She was trying to avoid Kyle Reese. That's right, yeah. But at the same time, the Terminator was on that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's why he was trying to get to it.
Yeah,
we need to go. Come with me if you want to live.
Yeah.
And then they gave Arnold Schwarzenegger that line. He's angry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep interrupting. So getting down.
Yeah.
So it was like the bar from smoky kind of.
Yeah.
I did some old rock bars that I used to go to that I think it's closed down. Or the old Eddie's you might have liked in that case. It had a room down the bottom. There was like a dungeon kind of room. It was very much like that vibe.
Nice.
You might have liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't nice. It was.
Oh.
Well, it was. It looked like a lot of the people used to go to Subside just in a room. A lot of the evil hippies. Imagine him in, like,
this wasn't really that vibe. It was more like 80s techno vibe.
Okay, that's better.
It was a lot. It was quite chill in there. I reckon if I'd been more in that area, I could have spent a lot more time in there.
Yeah. Did you want one of the fifth tablets? By the way, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Strain Hunters.
That just sounds like it's going to be good.
It's Vice.
Oh, really?
A Vice documentary series called Strain Hunters, where they literally went around the world trying to find unique and interesting and like mythical strains of marijuana.
Oh, so this isn't a coffee shop then?
This is a coffee shop run by those guys.
Oh wow, okay.
And they had the largest amount of options available.
Makes sense. Did they, hold on, before you say that, did they find the best one?
I don't know. Because I didn't know what they had available when I was there. I only saw a small amount of what they had.
We'll have to look at this then properly at some point.
And I tried peyote breath.
Oh, I mean, you mentioned this one actually.
It was nice. It was very, we talk about
THC heavy.
No, this is the thing. It was more of a sativa than an indica. And it was really like uplifting, crispy, like.
I think I've got indicas at the moment, which is bothering me because I don't like smoking them so
much.
Because
it knocks you down a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Whilst this one, honestly, I could have written so much on that shit.
That's kind of shit you want.
Yeah, peyote breath. I will look for the rest of time as like if I want to sit down and get some writing done, I'm gonna do some fucking. I'm gonna smoke.
Hey man, breath. If we were the kind of people that ever looked at the dark web, then it would be probably quite easy to find.
Probably quite easy to find, to be fair. Yeah. Just
shame we're not those people, eh?
Shame. Yeah.
Shame. Bad people. Listen to your government.
Let's talk about some other strains I tried because these are the ones that came to mind when I was talking about it. So peyote breath obviously got a very high rating from me. There was Amnesia Haze, which is
the classic.
If you don't at least try an Amnesia Haze while you're out there just to see what the standard is, and it turns out British standard pretty good. Turns out British standard on Amnesia Haze pretty good.
Wow,
not bad.
I remember even like the Amnesia Haze you get now is very rarely Amnesia Haze that I remember from what kind of year?
This was pure proper Amnesia Haze. This tasted like Amnesia Haze. That was the difference.
Thinking kind of like it was when I was spent like we spent like a year in the lockup, but just making music.
The problem is as well,
just smoking Amnesia. Well, not just, but it was a lot.
There's
of
lots of different versions of Amnesia Haze because there is also Amnesia Haze G13.
Oh my god.
G13 is a particular strain of Amnesia Haze, and it is a very nice strain of Amnesia Haze.
That's when you got a good buddy starting to make like hybrid versions of it.
Yeah. Now that one was definitely up there. That one I would put above standard Amnesia Haze G13.
Makes sense.
It was very good.
I think my favorite bud I've tried for a while. I know exactly what one it was. Whether it's actually called this, it was called RS11. I've seen a few people say it, but it's not been the same as the first one I had. It was the one that started me, going to other people if I did do that.
Yeah, to try and
allegedly.
Like candy tip.
I hate this shit, man, because living in England, you have to say this kind of fucking stuff now.
I
Literally,
didn't.
they arrest people for saying stuff on fucking Facebook and that.
Yeah, fuck them.
They just arrested Tommy Robinson for 18 months, and he's just saying stuff. Here's one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's going to be the person that people will.
I don't think Tommy
Jump
Robinson's necessarily the
is
the hill to die on.
Yeah. But I mean, there's actually been like quite a lot of people legitimately put in prison and fined as well.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
It's fucked.
yeah. But carry on.
Candy tips was the one that I got from the Get Down. Candy tips.
Sorry.
Tips.
I didn't even mean to say tips.
It's literally supposed to taste like like bits of candy.
That I can imagine that'd be very nice if it does.
It didn't taste exactly like that. It was a nice smoke. It was a smooth
nice
smoke.
in the back.
Really, it did have a sweetness. It did have a sort of slight sweetness to it, but I don't think it was something I would have gone out of my way to get.
Oh,
again.
okay, yeah.
It's not as like at the moment. Peyote breath is top notch.
Sounds like the one we should hunt for.
Yeah, that's the one I think is worth looking for. And then mimosa.
I've had that one. Oh, I've had one called that. If it is that,
Yeah, that was a Canadian one, believe it or not.
I think that's actually what it was dubbed, referred to as. To me, it was that guy, that gave me loads of options each time.
Yeah. Now, mimosa is fucking lovely. Mimosa is so fucking strong, but it is not like couch lock strong. So it's perfect for a gaming session.
So that's a sativa then?
No, it was definitely a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a nice little bit of like, oh, I'm fucking chill as fuck. But there was also sort of, I'm alert and aware and thinking and having like creative thoughts. So it would be something great for like a gaming session or a streaming session or a podcast.
Yeah.
That
sounds like a great podcast.
Great for podcasts.
Yeah. When you've got a nice, comfy settee to sit on and chill back.
Yeah, exactly.
Not having to sit in uncomfortable chairs like some people do.
Yeah.
Just sit in a room and smoke as you go.
That's one thing that was a big difference in the let's get back quickly to the other list.
Yeah.
One of the best things about one of my main favorite two places to go, which was Prix d'Ami and Hill Street Blues 1 and 2. Hill Street Blues was so successful that they opened up a second spot.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the thing about Hill Street Blues is you go in and the entire fucking place is covered in stickers and graffiti of people's names and when they were there.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
they promote that.
I like that.
They're into that.
That's cool. I used to have that kind of vibe when I was in my proper like young ass stoner time. When everybody is a stoner, you'd go through like a period where you kind of would like just chill in a place and get high for like a year or something.
Yeah.
During my time with that, when everyone would come to mine, the walls we would just write shit all over them. We had so many different quotes in that. Hula that you met.
Yeah.
I remember his one that I always just remembered because I loved it is that weed is only addictive in the sense that the most pleasurable things in life are worth repeating endlessly.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like breathing.
Yeah. And the thing is about about Hill Street Blues is it was just such a nice chill vibe in both of the places. And it's like it looks like it's going to be dingy from the outside. Then you get in, but the lighting is just right.
Yeah.
It is just right to just feel cozy and cool.
Just
and
light enough that you can roll and stuff.
Yeah. And like every one of the tables in one of the places has got its own little like lamp.
Oh, cool.
And they've all got candles on the tables as well, but they've got the little lamp, which is made of an old bottle.
Cool.
And like it just gives you this perfect little like spotlight area to roll in.
Oh, so they thought about that.
They've really thought about it. Like there is a reason why that place does so well.
Yeah. It's all the little touches with things that make stuff better.
Yeah, but Prix d'Ami is the fucking bespoke shit.
Yeah.
If you're going somewhere to have a proper good time and just chill out for a few hours, Prix d'Ami is probably going to be the best place to go. You're going to pay a little bit more for your weed, and you do have to pay to use the toilet, but the toilet is fucking perfectly clean. Get used to that. Get used to that in Amsterdam.
Paying to use the toilet.
You have to pay to use the toilet in the vast majority of places.
Oh my god!
And
Even
if
in bars,
you don't, the bars are some of the bars are free.
That would be wounded for me, man. That's where my
No.
money would be rinsed. If I was drinking, I had to pay every time I
Yeah,
went
no,
for a whiz.
yeah. Like in the bars, most of them are free, but they are sort of dirt box shit like toilets. They are not nice toilets.
Man, you
Whilst
didn't
if
see
you go
my
to the paid
secondary
ones,
school toilets.
yeah, if you go to the paid ones though, oh my god,
Oh, they should be.
you could eat off of the toilets.
I fucking hope so. If I'm paying for it,
Yeah,
there better be somebody in the corner offering me aftershave too.
they are.
And
In some.
he's gonna want paying as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
See, what a world we live in.
But it is definitely the best place to go, in my opinion.
Oh, that's one place, 100% I'm going.
Yeah.
I just haven't even thought about traveling for so long.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have so much to figure out. Like, I mean, saying in like a year if we tried to do it, then it would be hopefully easier.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'd make that work.
The thing is, as
anyway.
well, like you can book tickets way in advance and make it way cheaper. You know.
I feel like the flights aren't that expensive.
They aren't.
I mean, obviously you will know, rather than me just being like, I don't feel like they are. Don't worry,
Me and
it's fine.
Matilda, we could have gone cheaper, which would have been about 50 quid
The
per
flight.
flight.
Wow.
So that's there and back. It would be about 100 quid total.
Jeez. I'm
Yeah.
saying that Jesus in. Wow,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
Like,
good. We went for KLM, which is the slightly upmarket, like Dutch airline, and that was nice because you had actual decent leg room.
How much more were you talking?
It was like 75 quid.
Oh, not on top. It's in 75. So no, 25 more.
Yeah. So
Oh,
so it was 150 quid in total,
I mean, if you're going already, you know, what's the extra 25 on each one?
and it was so worth it.
Yeah.
It was so worth it. And next time I'm doing it,
There's like nothing wrong with paying for a bit of luxury on things.
yeah. And next time I do it, I think I'm going to try and book like an Airbnb like situation.
Yeah.
try
What's the
and get-
hostel like, actually? Yeah.
The hostel was good. The thing is,
What was it? The bougie hostel?
it was hostel.
Hostel.
So it's
I like
H
Yeah.
brackets O brackets stel.
What? Wait,
That's the way they
bracket O
H
bracket.
brackets O brackets stel.
Okay.
That's the way.
That's
it was.
such a weird way to do
Yeah, I
it.
know.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But
But
it's probably something German about it.
yeah,
Or
it
not
was
German,
really
sorry,
nice.
Dutch.
The only problem it had realistically is that the drains had gone in the showers, so
Oh.
like it fucking hummed. Like I would go for a
As in
shit in the
smell?
yeah. I would go for a shit and actually make it smell better in there. Like that's how bad it smelled in there. Like
Oh,
I don't know
okay. That's a
why
bit
it
of a
was.
wound there, but
It was a wounder, yeah. That's why I'm thinking next time, like, get a group of like 5 or
Airbnb.
6 people together, get an Airbnb.
I don't know how much they are. Like, is that a cheap thing? Or
Oh
how
yeah,
much-
because if you get an Airbnb for like 3 nights, which is like we only did 3 nights, and that's what you really need.
yeah.
Then like an Airbnb between like 6 people is going to be, if anything, cheaper than the hostel.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah.
And like I reckon that's probably a better way to go. Like the hostel was
We
like
might be able to make some money out of it. You never know. Some
Yeah.
place, like if we go, like we might be able to find to pay us to do
Yeah.
a show there.
yeah,
That's how it should be.
yeah.
But obviously, you know, once we've got the numbers,
Once we've got the
hopefully.
numbers, yeah. But yeah, the what was the name?
Shit.
The hostel.
The hostel.
The hostel was about £50 a night.
And we will get into some election talk then after that.
Yeah. Well, £50 a night.
And we
was
can
it?
include we can compare with Amsterdam and the election to compare with
Yeah.
well, it's a country.
What?
Holland.
Holland. Yeah.
Holland. We can compare Holland
Yeah.
with America and England too.
Yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
I mean, Holland it's difficult because it's Holland and then they're called the Dutch and they're from the Netherlands.
Oh, it confuses the fuck. That's why it confuses me so much then,
Yeah.
okay. That makes no sense.
yeah.
Probably makes more sense in their language though.
Yeah. Their language is funny to listen to as well. I'm sorry, it is. It's just a funny language to listen to. It's a lot.
Oh, I've heard some of that. Is that big Lugan? Was that kid that was on Simpsons? No, he was German, I think. Uta.
Oh yeah,
He might have
yeah.
been German actually.
Yeah.
It's very similar, isn't it? It's that kind of
It's that area. Yeah, it's definitely coming from the same sort of vibe.
you can hear like
Yeah.
you
And
know,
they use similar
influences.
names, like Rijksmuseum was a thing that is one of the main museums there. But yeah, no, it was amazing to be in a place, as I say, where the government is just like, you're all adults, you can all make your own decisions, go ahead.
That's just crazy. I mean,
It's crazy, isn't
worst
it?
part
It's
is,
your own body, go ahead. If you fuck with anyone else, that's a problem.
yeah.
But if you're fucking with yourself, go ahead.
It's kind of crazy that like, you know, even America's gone nearer to that kind of line than us, and we usually follow America, but America's been there so long now, and we're just so far behind still.
We
do have
institutionalized stupidity, though.
You know, we do have actual. I didn't know. There's actual like legal coffee shops in the UK.
Legal coffee shop.
Yeah, legal.
Right.
Just the only thing you have to have is a medical marijuana thing.
Oh, right.
But it's a bring your own bud as well. It's not just. I don't think they sell it there. It's a bring your own bud.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, it kind of was implying that you don't have to have a medical marijuana pass.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do, technically.
Yeah,
I mean, they probably are quite strict about it. They were talking about this on BBC, so I felt like it sounded like he was implying that, but surely he couldn't have been.
Yeah.
On BBC, you know.
It should just, the thing is, it should just be, with everything like this, it should just be, look, on your own head be it. You know?
Yeah.
And like well, I had a little bit of a go at a little bit of a magic mushroom experience. Not magic mushrooms.
Oh, while you were there?
Truffles.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they can't sell the mushrooms, but
No.
they can sell the truffles.
What's a truffle exactly? And
So
what is that?
a truffle is like the little pods underneath the mushrooms that they use to store nutrients for the winter and stuff like that.
That why it's so hard to find. Why you have to have something.
Yeah,
to
that's
smell
what you
them
need
out
to.
then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the truffles are quite expensive by comparison, and you need to have quite a lot of them by comparison to a normal mushroom.
So why is it more expensive?
Because they're harder to find.
Oh,
literally, that's literally it.
okay.
But you're still allowed to have them because they aren't underneath the same magic mushroom laws as the magic mushrooms.
I like that.
So
Even though I'm assuming it's still got psilocybin in it.
Yeah. And I took something called Space Shuttle, which was like low hallucinogen, low that kind of stuff, but just enough to give you sort of
an idea.
Yeah, and it was like everything was comfortable, and every time I moved, it was more comfortable. And then I'd get uncomfortable. I'll try moving again. Oh my god, that's so comfortable.
Similar to what I've heard.
Yeah.
I've also heard like the hallucinogenic aspects of it as well aren't even that much. They're so much more chilled.
With Space Shuttle in particular, it's very low, and they had a chart.
I'd want that personally. I wouldn't want. I don't.
Space Shuttle was
hallucinogenic.
That's it. Space Shuttle was a perfect start.
Yeah.
Because again, I did have a little bit of hallucinogens, but it was literally I was looking at the what do you call it? The duvet on the bed.
Right.
And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be interesting if that looked like it was water and it was moving? And then all of a sudden it started going.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. It's more that kind of hallucinogenic.
Yeah, and I was like
oh,
cool.
Little visual changes, not like seeing things.
Yeah.
But like visual changes to the stuff that's there.
Yeah.
Because I remember it being told us like he'd had quite a lot. Finally, you haven't met him.
Yeah.
And his kind of foot was like kind of molding into the pillow. He said it looked like, it wasn't. It was fine.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like it was becoming one. Yeah.
And the thing is, for the first part of it, I was like, oh, this is I'm having to really like think and try and focus on what's happening. I was like, and then I went for a shit, and in the middle of going for a shit, and like the toilet light kept turning on and off because it was on a fucking timer of like 2 seconds. So you got to keep moving to keep it active.
Right.
And I wasn't there for that, So I was just like, at one point, I was just sat there in the dark, and I was like, okay. So what's actually happening right now? Okay. So you're on mushrooms. Okay. So what's going to actually happen? All right. So you're just going to ride it out, and worst case scenario, you have a bad time. But who knows? Everything's going to be fine. And I did that, and I stood up, and I was like, oh, okay. And like, bear in mind, before I'd gone down to, I started like getting this sort of rise out of it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like that.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the toilet. And while I was walking down the corridor, there was this Japanese or Chinese dude in the corridor waiting to go down to the toilet in front of me. And I swear I felt like I was fucking Godzilla walking after him, just like boom, boom, because he looked so worried as I was walking towards him. And I was like opening doors, and he seemed to like scurry through doors to get past me. Like I had this weird energy of like kaiju coming off of me. And like by the time I got to the toilet, he'd already picked the thing and like locked himself in. And I sat down, and as soon as I sat down and started doing my business, I heard him like quickly finish and fuck off. I was like, really? Was it that bad?
You see, that was in your head how it went.
Yeah.
But how it actually went was he hardly even noticed you were there.
Yeah.
He gave two shits. He gave no shits.
He gave no shit.
If he looked at you and saw anything, he'd be like, "You've just fucked up on something."
Yeah, that guy's high.
The perfect place to do it, because it's like, I imagine that makes it more chill being around in an atmosphere. You bought it there,
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to have it there.
Yeah, it's fine.
By law.
Yeah. And the thing is, we were just in the little cubicle because like these hostel rooms, they're quite expensive, but like you're in the center of Amsterdam, and it's like cheaper than a hotel in like Warwick. You know what I mean? In the UK.
Yeah, I don't know how much they are.
Like 100 and 120 quid sometimes for a hotel.
Especially last minute.
This was like 70, 60 quid. 50 quid for some of the lesser ones. We got a more expensive one with a window.
I'm sure I paid like 110, 120 for a hotel for one night in Solihull last minute from about 3 a.m. in the morning, and I left the hotel at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Might have even been before that. Actually.
You can do that sometimes.
I definitely didn't do that. Could take a girl back there.
No, of course not.
What?
No.
The hot girl in work that everybody wanted to get on.
Yeah.
Get in.
But the thing is, like
me and my manager were Eskimo brothers.
Nice.
So not for him. He's like, well, I suppose it is for him actually. He's like 45 at the time.
Well, then it wasn't great for you then.
No, she was like my age.
Oh right, so
it was about
great.
like 22.
Oh, I see. So that
24.
Context is everything.
Yeah. Only great guys though.
No, but yeah, the hostel rooms were like something from fucking Blade Runner. Right, so you go into it, and it is entirely white with LED strip lights down the side that change color slowly over time, from like blue to green to
Yeah.
And they're all like the entire room is basically a standing area where you can get changed and put stuff, which is about the same size as like a tent interior. Right. So like, what, 4 foot by 3 foot, say 5 foot by 3 foot at most, something like that. And then just double bed. And there's like the double bed that goes underneath in one room and the double bed that goes over the top in the other room.
Yeah, we said about this the L thing, yeah.
And so you sort of get into this tiny little cubicle, but once you're actually lying down in there, there's so much room in the bed bit, and you just sort of sat there relaxing, just chilling. It was really, really quite comfortable. Surprisingly comfortable.
Well, yeah, I mean, personally, like I've slept in so many terrible places. I'm like, if it's even remotely like a bed, I'm like, well, that's amazing.
Yeah,
like that's bougie as shit for me.
Yeah,
like I sleep on a chair and settee most of the time.
Yeah,
bed for me is like, wow.
Yeah,
this is an improvement. Full stop.
Yeah, it was genuinely fucking lovely. It was great.
And as well, anytime if you're on top as well, any time you're banging, they got to listen down under.
Yeah, unfortunately, there wasn't quite enough room for us to be able to do anything.
Should be creative.
Yeah. We'll make up for last time.
Noises or
to be honest, most of the time we were out and about doing stuff, and we were getting really baked off our asses. Eating food. By the time we get back, it's like, should we?
That's unfortunately the reality of being like in your 30s now. There's the thing I'm complaining about my ear, and I know it's got to be because of going through the second puberty.
Yeah.
As we said before, like there's benefits and negatives to it all. Positives. I have more facial hair than ever before.
Yeah.
Negatives is about 70% of it is in my nose.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that. Turns out there's a lot more in my ear than I thought.
Ah, yes.
You'd mentioned ear hair.
The
hadn't you?
ear hair is a pain in the cock.
Well, no, pain in the ear.
Pain in the ear.
Well, it's actually not painful at all. I've just somehow like developed more wax as well, and it's just clogged up.
Oh yeah, because it mats into the ear hair.
I'm assuming that's what it is because I've been using that stuff, to try and get the wax out.
Yeah.
And stuff's come out there, and I still can't hear anything. So I'm hoping that my ear's not just dead from because I did a lot of drumming without any ear defending.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
We did a lot of it.
Yeah.
And my bassist at the time, his ears been fucked for a while.
Yeah.
And it's probably worse for them because they're in front.
Yeah, I've got definite ear problems from playing bass.
Yeah.
Not that I regret it. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I regret not putting ear defenders in there. To be fair, I should have done that.
I would always. I think now what I'd do is I'd actually have those like in-ear head like noise cancellation ones that allow you to sort of pick how much you want from the outside and hear how much of you want of your own instrument, so you always have a good like audio.
Oh, I see. So you can.
My dad used to use some.
Oh, that's cool. Like more like what are they called? There's a different name for them, ain't they?
Yeah.
Like monitor. Not
in-ear monitors.
In-ear monitors. Yeah.
Which was it made them so much better. I mean, my dad, when he was playing, like the difference between a good sound engineer and a bad sound engineer is a good sound engineer will set everything up and then they won't touch it ever again. And a bad sound engineer will constantly fuck with the mix because they haven't figured out the fucking room and don't know how to make the sound right.
I've seen that a lot.
A good one in a good place knows like, well, this is what we're trying to get there. I can't push it that far because it's going to make that sound there.
That's quite a sound check as well.
Yeah,
like the amount of like that's how I always knew when I went to do a gig when I was doing music.
Yeah,
I knew if it was a good gig or not. Well set out one and all that.
Yeah.
If they did a sound check first.
Yeah.
We actually did a sound check. If not, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Or if they did a sound check for one and they were like, okay,
yeah,
we'll just go with that.
At best, we're going to have to muddle our way through some tracks on this one.
Yeah, they just do a sound check for the people that are on first. And they're like, well, it's pointless doing a sound check for the rest of them because we're going to have to change it anyway.
It's like, oh, for fuck's
sake. Wouldn't that
you
make
can't just
more sense?
You can't just
keep an idea, keep a note
a record, of that was there for that and that and that and that. That's what your job is as a sound engineer.
But they think they're also so cocky. They think they can hear it in the moment and just do it really quick
because they think they're fucking DJs.
Yeah,
you're not a fucking DJ. You're a fucking sound engineer. And like at most, a sound engineer should touch the board like 3 or 4 times to adjust for the audience.
Yeah.
Because sometimes having an audience in a room can change the tone of the room, depending on the size of the audience and stuff like that. So that should be something that's done in the first few minutes of the performance.
Yeah.
And then you're fucking done. You should never have to touch it again unless something changes.
And this is a nice segue as well, like to the Hollybush stuff because I had an actual segue in there, how I was going to go from that. And in that moment, then it fucking kind of went out of my head.
Oh no!
There was segue.
Segue.
I can't remember how the fuck it was going to go.
Yeah.
What was the part you were saying again? Say what you were saying. Let's rewind.
If you get the sound mix right, you just touch the board and you don't have to touch it again. They should touch it at most like 3 or 4 more extra times.
Yeah. No, it didn't come back.
Oh no.
But I don't know. Let's move on slightly then, because we haven't mentioned the election either yet, and I do want to compare some of the like Holland stuff to that.
Yes,
because it's nice having we normally just have like English comparison to America. At the moment, we've actually got like an idea of another country too, which, like you said straight away, that country treats them like adults more, not like children.
Yeah.
I argue America. I suppose it depends in what way, because America are just as bad in different ways. Because I was thinking about bud. Obviously, they let people smoke bud and stuff.
Yeah,
but they're different in in a lot of other ways. Like the whole election thing, like it's now like as we're recording this, or we're live, but anyone who's listening on the audio later, as we're recording this on the 2nd of November.
Yep.
I think it's when is the actual? It's next Wednesday, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, it's coming up quick.
Pretty sure it's next Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like a goddamn. I don't even. It's weird as how like our elections, like they make a big point of it, so you go and vote. They're like, I don't even know what it's. It's just kind of crazy.
Did you see Elon Musk set up a lottery for people to vote for Donald Trump?
No.
So he set up a lottery where if you prove that you voted for Donald Trump,
right,
and you sent in evidence and to
what
him,
evidence can you have? You don't have to take photo, or maybe
you can prove that you voted for him in some way.
Yeah.
He will send one person $1 million.
Fair play.
Just boom, $1 million for voting for Trump.
I suppose because he's.
Have you seen how many people have ended up fucking just standing up on a stage talking for Trump recently?
This is what was just thinking about in my head, because it's like, it's turned into like even more so than usual. It seems.
Yeah.
Like this big spectacle where it's like I'm trying to think of what to compare it to, and I can't think of anything.
No.
That's why I was having a moment, and I was like, what can I compare it to?
It's gone beyond satire.
Yeah.
You can't make a joke anymore because like it'll probably happen.
Well, let's on that note, by the way, then.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you saw Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yes.
Like, first of all, let's just make this point straight away. Why have Tony Hinchcliffe on?
Yeah.
I know why, because the Madison Square Garden Kill Tony link, etc. That's why I think. But a roast comic who that was still tame. What he did, I thought the joke was funny. And I've even heard like the backstory of the joke.
I haven't seen any of it. I just saw that he was on there.
And I heard the joke.
No.
The joke was he was talking about like all like rubbish and stuff, like there being an issue with like recycling, etc.
Yeah.
And he was like, did you know now as well there's this floating island of garbage out in the Pacific or whatever he said. I think they call it Puerto Rico.
Oh shit!
That was the joke.
Oh shit!
He got some laughs in the room, but not. It was a bit like. Oh. And there's some smartness behind that joke as well, because I didn't know, for example, that Puerto Rico have legitimate legitimate rubbish issue.
Yeah.
Where because they're an island, they've got landfills that are just overflowing and nowhere for it to go now. So there's some actual like Joe Rogan said, that joke came from Tony Hinchcliffe being socially and I don't know what you'd put it, like aware,
politically
like
aware, yeah.
Climate, all that shit.
Yeah.
Joe people. Everyone's now making about how Trump has never actually insulted the people, as in the people voting for Biden or whoever, at the time. Which I can imagine, because you don't want to do that as a comedian. That's where, if you're fucking running for president, then that's where one time where I will say, okay, maybe acknowledge the punching down joke. Let's
also acknowledge that this is the first time that Trump has appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was
because like the entire first time it was like, no, I'm not going to have him on and all that kind of stuff. And now this time he's just, yeah, okay, I'll have him.
Apparently, he said on it what was the reason for doing it in the end was very much so because he got shot.
Right, yeah.
And also very much so because of Dana White too.
Right.
I don't know what that means, but Dana White obviously was one of the people talking to him.
Yeah.
On that Madison Square Garden thing, so he's very pro-Trump. But he's also said too he wants Kamala on just to have a conversation.
Yeah, but Kamala had like terms for it, didn't she?
She wanted like what was it, like an hour, and it would be remote, or he could travel himself. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Trump this is the reason why Trump wins.
Trump was in the room and he told him he wanted longer.
Yeah. And he went on fucking Theo Von's podcast as well.
Yeah. As also his JD Vance as well, he started doing it too.
Yeah.
And I actually watched a lot of the Rogan one. I like him. I can see why people are saying that whatever happens, there's a good chance that he's going to end up being the president after, because he's coming across very well. He can go on, he also did Theo Von. He can go on that and have a laugh, and also
this is the
serious.
problem. Like the Democrats have always had a problem with just appearing fucking normal.
That's the Kamala side, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I'm learning this. So
like they always appear robotic and like they repeat the same lines.
Yeah.
And they follow this particular line every single time, because whilst the Republicans, as much as I disagree with most of their politics, they have this real easy way of just being down home, down home, down,
What?
down, what is it? Oh, like proper old school boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Easy to get along with, easy to have fun with, likable characters. Whilst the Democrats always seem to be buttoned up and a bit sort of
They're all about joy.
yeah.
We've got to bring joy back to America, even though they were the ones that took the joy out. Then in that case,
they've got to learn how to bring the joy. If they want it to be about joy, they've got to learn how to bring that fucking joy.
It is hilarious the way they talk, though, man. Like Kamala's, like the Democrats haven't already been in power for 4 years.
Yeah,
like you're the ones that made the issues. Like it's not just Biden's in charge of everything.
No,
that's just silly.
Yeah, especially at the moment, we've all seen what he's like.
Yeah, the most lucid seems
you can't make the fucking claim that Biden's making most of the decisions. Is he? He hasn't been able to pick which way to tie his shoes for the past 6 months.
Yeah. Probably can't
he
remember
keeps trying to fucking tie him in a noose and put his head through it.
So P Diddy.
Yeah,
tips off him. That's why. Some of the celebrity list came out about that.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of it though. Like, so I'm kind of confused a bit too. But I know there's Cuba Gooding Jr. involved.
Right.
Some of the.
I mean, I can imagine him being involved because he was sort of a bit.
Yeah. He's a bit weird.
Fuck.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah.
The hell have you been eating?
That was Dr. Pepper, mate.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
My body just kind of is adapted to it. I think I got a leak somewhere.
That's DP on an empty stomach.
Hey, best way too.
Hey.
More space, baby.
Yeah.
Then you can do a TP as well. Then
Yeah.
triple
TP,
penetration.
DP.
Triple penetration
Triple penetration
in the mouth hole. And you've also got noses and ears. You know,
in the noses and ears.
Some people have surgically, like new holes.
You know what they should call that? If they fill every single orifice available on the body with a dick.
Go on.
They should call it the Mr. Potato Head.
So earlier on though, I asked ChatGPT for some ideas,
of course,
talking points.
ChatGPT has very much become our AI co-companion on this podcast recently.
Mainly because it, like us, gets shit wrong a lot.
Yeah, and it's fun.
But this is like when it gives you like ideas for things to discuss, so we've got a little list of things here. We don't need to do them all, but just for example, candidate quirks, highlight the unique personalities and quirks of the candidates. What funny moments funny moments have they had in debates or in the campaign trail?
Right.
I mean, first of all, there hasn't been a debate between these two. Kamala hasn't done that. We haven't seen her do any kind of long form talking.
They did do a debate.
Kamala and
they did do a debate, but like they complained the entire time that they weren't fact checking Kamala.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah,
they have done the debate. They have done the debate.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't wanted to do another one because like Trump wants one that's open and long form and just able to, to have
an actual like discussion, which is why in some ways it's better to go on finger like on the podcast and stuff like this.
Yeah.
I remember that lady now. Okay. I wanted no audience too, weren't it? And he wanted an audience. They took away everything, but he was still. I remember him saying this that he thought that they thought that he wasn't going to accept it, but he was, etc. But I mean, first of all, though, I'm guessing do you know who you'd be voting for if you were there?
What?
If you was in America, do you know who you'd be voting for?
I mean, I'd probably end up voting for Kamala.
Well, I think I'd vote Trump.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is,
we don't know their policies, though. This is one thing.
It does come down to sort of policy stuff.
It should, yeah. Do you know the policies then?
I know most of the ones that sort of. Although having said that, there are things I don't know. I don't
have a
know.
little
I
look,
don't
see.
want to vote for Trump. Basically, that was what it would come down to.
You can't do it like that, though. You got to go by what's actually, like the idea. Because bear in mind as well, like his vice president seems pretty capable too.
Yeah.
So
You can do those tests that tell you who you'd vote for.
Oh
who you
yeah, should we
vote
do one
for.
of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
American election test, voting test.
American election voting test. No matter
you
what
go.
you do, it comes out saying Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
No matter what. Do you want to wall up? Yes. You want Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, unless it's from Fox News, and then it always says Trump.
Okay, yeah. Just try the first one. We don't really know any. Okay, I'm gonna put it up on the thingy. I think I'm gonna share the screen first of all.
Seeing as you're sort of full on with the Trump, and I'm less.
I wouldn't say I'm full on with the Trump because
Right.
I also don't know the policies very much.
Ah, right.
I'm
okay,
thinking about it more because obviously we're in England. I'm thinking about it more from a geopolitical standpoint.
I get that.
And in that sense, I would rather the strong Trump. I think however much people complain.
Right.
Right. However much people complain, I think, like, I really don't like the idea of Kamala Harris going up against like Putin and all of them. I don't feel like, like that would put any kind of fear in their heads,
I kind of get what you mean. I do kind of get what you mean.
Okay, so let me make sure we can see it on the paper. So you see, that's why I check. See, okay, here we
Yeah.
go then. So it should be popping up now. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. So first of all, should we do this? Like, do you want to do it and then I do it?
Oh, this is an elections quiz, as in what happened in previous elections.
Oh, okay. That's not what we want. Okay.
Hang on, what's the second one
not
down? Who should I
test,
vote
then.
for? There we go. Second one down. 2024 president election
That
quiz.
one.
Who should I vote for?
The fuck was that? Oh, it's probably fireworks actually.
Right.
No, nothing.
Who are we going to do this for then? As
How many? Oh, there's 1 to 21, so there's not too many questions there.
Yeah. Do you want to do yours?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or should we do mine? I don't mind.
I don't mind. You can go yours if you want first.
Let's do mine. All right.
So how does this
Okay,
work
where
then?
do you stand on abortion? How important is this for a topic for you? I'd say it's fairly important. It's like 7 or 8. Let's go 7 because we don't know what other things I can talk about yet.
7.
Should federal government subsidize U.S. farmers?
Should the federal government? Oh yeah, just while I think about it right now.
I don't think so.
Before we do that though, just think about it right now. One thing that's in the budget is all this like extra like pay for like businesses and stuff like national insurance contributions and all that. But for example, one people that are being hit is farmers with a big bunch extra they've got to pay out who are already struggling like hell already. So they're calling for some kind of like exemption, which I hope they get.
Yeah.
But the budget all over the shop is just 10% extra gone on
just
hand
punishing
rolling.
people that it shouldn't punish again.
10% extra gone on hand rolling. But tobacco, I can't remember what it was on thingy.
Because they know that people roll their own instead of fucking buying cigarettes because it's cheaper.
Yeah, it has become more normalised now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
yeah. Let's focus on this government for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should the federal government subsidise
No, I don't
US
think they
farmers?
should.
So just subsidise.
Oh, hang on. Go back because we haven't actually changed the thing.
What?
Go back.
Here?
Sorry. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Start again.
Why?
Because I didn't actually. Right. So, where do I stand on abortion? Undecided. I am pro-abortion.
Oh, is this? Oh, I see. Okay.
So, allow during the trial. Go further.
Access to birth control,
sex education, family planning support, steps to reduce abortions. Allow any type of abortion. I think allow. Well, what do they mean by any type?
Any type of abortion.
Yeah,
but bear in mind, there's been talks about people doing proper late-term abortions and also like after they've been born.
That's not real though.
There's been actual. It has definitely happened twice, where they've come out, the babies have been born, and they've just let them die. Because you can have abortions in some places up to, well, birth. That's the problem. That's why That's why for me, like abortion is a very important topic. For me, it's like a 10, straight up. Like for me,
I'm still on allow,
allow any time.
and it's still a 7.
Okay,
Right, next.
you baby killer.
Should the federal government subsidise US farmers? I don't think so.
So let's forget which way. Yes, as
No,
long as it's
other way.
that one. Okay, only in the case of natural disaster.
Oh,
withdrawal.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
See what the next one is for you though. Only subsidise large.
No, fuck off. Don't subsidise large
So
agribusiness.
subsidise giving them help. Don't
Yeah.
it? And all government subsidiaries and let the free market determine prices.
I think only in the case of natural disaster or drought.
Okay, how important?
I think that's an 8.
8. Well, okay.
Is that more important than abortion to me? Holy shit. Right.
Apparently.
How involved should government be in protecting endangered species and habitats? Vary.
Okay, the government should be relatively involved. The government should be complete. Oh,
No,
uninvolved.
other way.
Sorry.
Other way, yeah.
The government should be highly involved.
Yep, and that's an 8.
8. How much government regulation of business is good for society?
How much government regulation is good?
How much government regulation of business is good for society? Government should regulate more. Government should regulate a lot. Okay, that doesn't help with the answers there, really.
More. Not by much, but more.
Should regulate more then, rather than
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably a 7 again.
7.
Should corporations and unions be permitted to fund advertisements backing political what?
Turn you up a head.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, were you away from the mic?
Yeah, I think that was
okay.
what it was. It's okay. Should corporations and unions be permitted to fund advertisements backing political propaganda? Yeah, well, yeah, because the other side do it as well, so it's fine. Yes.
So, what? Just no. Yes, any restriction on campaign spending violates the First Amendment. Is that what you're
Oh
saying?
no,
Sorry?
that's weird.
So yes, but there should be a restriction on limits of funding.
Yeah, there we go.
Should corporations be permitted to fund advertisements backing political candidates? Okay. How important?
That's probably a 9 actually.
Okay. I'm so confused by the question, to be honest.
How much should government be involved in advancing equality among racial and ethnic groups?
Okay.
Right, where are we? What's the options?
Okay, so government should do more. Not really much. Like it's just should do more.
I'm undecided because I don't know enough about the situation.
Okay.
And that is probably it's important to me. 6, but I have no idea how to solve it.
Once again, I hardly even understand the question.
Should the government increase or decrease military spending?
Hard to know with what
Increase a
right now, what
little.
they do now.
Keep
and
the same is probably fine for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or how important?
Although actually, it's a fucking. Have you seen it? Well, no. Yeah. Keep the same.
Okay. How important?
5.
Do you believe in human-made global warming?
I do. Yeah.
Yes, there are natural cycles of the earth cooling.
Keep going.
Yes, we need to develop clean energy technology. Science proves this is a fact, and government should aggressively
Yeah.
implement policy to repair the damage that humans have caused.
Yeah.
How much?
That's pretty strong. That's a 9.
Okay, 9. That is, how many we've got? 9. Okay, we need to hold this off.
I don't know enough about that one, so
Should federal spending on charge
put it as a 1 and you go next.
Okay. Should the US increase non-military foreign aid?
I
Keep the
don't know. Keep
same,
it the same. Click
increase a
next.
little. Keep the same.
Yeah, keep next.
How important?
1. I don't care.
Really? Okay. Should the military fly drones over foreign countries to gain intelligence and kill suspected terrorists?
Yes.
Yes,
Only
but
with
only permission from the country.
in
in
question. I think
question.
that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're at war with them, in which case, fuck them. Yeah, go for a 7 on that.
7. Where do you stand on gender pay equality?
Undecided. I don't care.
Okay. 1.
I don't think it's as big of a deal as some people say it is.
Yeah, I don't think it
I think
exists.
it does exist in some situations, but not most. Current laws are probably too much in some situations. You can, but leave it in the middle.
Yeah, I agree with that because there doesn't need to be anything done to it. How
Yeah.
important?
Next.
1 then? Was that, I'm
Yeah.
guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you support gun control? Because a lot of these.
Oh,
Yes.
hang on. What's the one to the left?
No. Current laws are already sufficient.
Go to the left. Left. No, other way. That's right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, they require more stringent background track training and add psychological training.
Psychological
Ban
training.
assault rifles.
Go to the right. Left. Right.
Oh, here.
That one. That'll
Yeah.
do. That's probably a 6.
6. Okay, so yes, with more stringent background checks.
Yeah.
Do you support the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, Obamacare? I don't really get what that is myself.
Yeah.
Favour a little, moderately.
Favor a great deal.
What is that then?
It's just an access to medical stuff, basically.
I thought that everyone already had that really anyway, though.
No, they don't. Not anymore.
If you go to a clinic, like you will get seen and
No, that's emergency care. This is like continued care for like drugs and things like that.
oh, so like help towards like pain
for
things.
people who are poor.
Oh, I see.
and I
Okay.
strongly agree with that. That's
Yeah.
a 10.
Okay, I do in that case as well. Then
Should the government increase federal spending on higher education?
Hmm.
Yes, I think they should. That's it. Increase spending a little.
Yeah.
It is important. I think, having an educated group is important. 7.
7.
Yep. Nearing the end here, people. Should illegal immigrants working the
You granted amnesty.
temporary amnesty? I don't think that's fair. No, I don't think that's fair.
No, but allowed to stay.
No.
No, fine companies that employ illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I think that's fair. No, go to the left. That's it.
Fine companies that employ illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and I'm strongly agreeing
Yeah.
with that. That's a 7.
Which of the following is closest to your view on guaranteeing rights for the LGBT community? Government should do less to guarantee equal rights.
Well, no, in the middle. I don't know enough about the subject one. That's fine. Let's move on.
Yeah. What about the finger?
Put a 1. I just don't know enough.
Do you support stronger measures to increase our border security?
Undecided. I don't know enough about the situation. Move on.
Okay, 1.
Yeah.
Should
benefits and security be increased or decreased? Kept the same. I don't know enough about the situation. 1 next.
Okay. What is your stance on NSA surveillance?
All right.
US citizens?
Reduce it. Right, go to the right.
Yeah. Pass laws that do not inhibit the NSA surveillance program as it is essential.
Oh no, go to the other side.
Oh, well. Spying should be allowed to use citizens only with a search warrant.
Yeah, that's it.
Against coaches. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How important?
Yep.
1?
That's a 9.
Oh, 9. Should spending be increased for veterans?
I don't know enough about the situation, but I'd say yes.
Increase a little?
Yeah. And that's a 5.
So yes, anyway, we don't really know.
Right, where are we?
Why does this matter, though?
Just
None of this should matter.
prefer not to answer. Just put prefer not to answer in everything.
It's like, 'cause none of that should matter. Why does that matter? What you are? It shouldn't matter what you're voting for.
Yeah.
You know which answer this question? Oh. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Other.
It's still like you have to have an affiliation. Look,
It's weird, isn't it?
maybe it's just not one you have to answer.
Just put other.
Oh wait, skip it.
Please select a party affiliation.
Oh, okay, you don't have to.
All right,
Cool.
okay.
So you're more on the Democratic side. So
But I am sort of where I thought I would be. You know, I'm sort of more in the middle of the left than I am in the fucking
79% Robert Kennedy when he was around.
God damn!
alone.
Really? Well,
But-
I mean, I'm surprised by that. But I should have listened to a bit more of Robert Kennedy's talk rather than just listening to what his voice sounded like.
Right then, let me try and speed through.
Okay,
for me
let's do it. Yeah.
Where do you stand on abortion? Allowed during the first trimester for any reason. Allow access to birth control situation, planning in the poor steps to reduce abortion. Allow any type. No, I don't allow any type. I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
10. Planning is important. I think that's what I think. Yeah. Should the federal government subsidise the US farm? So that means give them money. Yeah. It's a large. Should the federal government subsidise? Yes, as long as it is temporary measure to stabilise prices. Yeah, why not? I should help them.
That makes sense.
5. It's not wholly important. How involved should government be in protecting endangered species and habitats? The government should be relatively involved. The government should be uninvolved. The government should be highly involved. Yeah, that's
a strong one for me.
Yeah, that's like an A for me. How much government regulation of business is good for society? Government regulation of I still don't really understand that again. Government should regulate more. Undecided.
Yeah,
I don't really.
Again,
No.
I think it's fair to say undecided.
Should all corporation unions be permitted to fund advertisements backing political candidates through private? Oh, okay, yeah. Only if voted upon. No. Wait, so should corporations and unions be permitted to fund advertisements? Yeah, if
You
they
guys-
vote, I like that.
Yeah.
Not important to me at all, though. How much government should be involved in advancing equality among racial and ethnic? Be involved. See, how do you really do that, though? No, keep it the same. I mean,
I just
being allowed to be there and have freedom of religion, freedom of expression is
is
what you should
important,
already have. Should the government increase or decrease military spending? Probably decrease a little, really, but I'll say keep the same because shit's also seeming to pop up a bit right now.
This is it.
Do you believe in human-made global warming? So this is where me and you differ. Because I'm a bit more like, not, I don't know, see, this is the thing. Yes, there are natural cycles of the earth cooling and warming, but human actions have dramatically. See, I believe, yes, there are natural cycles of earth cooling and warming, but human actions have partially.
I think that's a fair thing to say. I'm just thinking, like, in my head, it's like, well, we may as well try and minimize that as much as possible so that we don't cause any issues, you know.
See, because at the same time, though, like, I do also still think we need to develop clean energy technology anyway, but
I think that's fine, though. I think you can say that we need to do. I think that's why they have it, because the next one along is where I sat. If you go all the way to the left,
what? Science proves this is a fact, and government should aggressively implement policies to repair the damage that humans have caused.
Yeah, well, that is just we need to develop clean energy.
But
in fact, some ways I feel I should have put we need to develop.
Because at the same time, look, if it says, "Do you believe in human-made global warming?" To me, that statement alone, I don't completely understand it yet. I don't completely agree yet. Sorry,
right?
Because I don't think we have records going back anywhere near long enough to really say, you know,
not
other than knowing that there have been moments.
We've got fossil records, yeah.
Other than knowing that there's been moments when it got hot and went down again and got hot.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
5, because it's not also that important. Should increase? I'll always say yes. Probably a lot, you know, to be fair. Should the US increase non-military foreign aid? Decrease a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Even though it depends what we mean by that, though, but I imagine that also means just as much weapons as well. So that's where it comes in for me. If it was just like food and that kind of stuff, then no, and medicine. Should they fly drones over foreign countries to gain intelligence and kill suspected terrorists? See, that seems to defy the logic myself. You need to use all means necessary to combat terrorism. But I'm okay if they know for sure it's definitely a terrorist.
Yeah. I suppose. Hard to say. I still think you should ask for a person's permission to blow up a bit of their country for someone, though.
Yeah, but unless you're, like, against that country.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're against the country, then, like, you know.
I suppose this wouldn't even be in question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right then in that case, actually. I'll go with 5 because we're not sure on it. We're saying criminal laws are sufficient. There you go. I'm fine with it. Do you support more gun control? I'm not touching that.
Not touching that with a barge pole.
Do you support the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act? Yeah, now I know that I do. Favour a great deal. I'd say that's very important.
Access to healthcare should just be a standard. It's ridiculous.
Should the government increase federal spending on higher education? Increase spending a little, sure. Should always increase it. Should illegal immigrants working in the US be granted temporary amnesty? No. Remove all illegal immigrants from the US. Illegal, specifically, we're talking about here.
Yeah. You down for that?
You know, personally, I think it's very important.
Cool. There we go.
Just because you don't.
I think you should be allowed to. I do think that you should be allowed to decide who enters your country.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
And I don't think you should be allowed to just walk in and just go, well, I've been here for this long, so now I'm allowed to be here.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Not knowing what he's done in his past, for example.
And you're jumping the queue, and it's not fucking fair.
I think in Sweden, like 14% of the population are illegal immigrants. But, so it might be immigrants, actually.
Yeah.
But apparently they're saying that they commit like 30% of the crime in the whole of Sweden.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What should the funding close to beyond guaranteeing rights for the LGBT community? I mean, they've already got everything, haven't they? Government should do less to guarantee equal rights. I don't really know what you mean by that. More to guarantee. They're fine.
Exactly. Like I just don't know enough about it.
Do you support stronger measures to increase our border security? Yes. Increase the federal border security budget. It needs to have that, to be fair, from the looks of things. But that's important too. Should benefits for social security be increased or decreased? Always increased. I always care about poor people. I'm one of them. What is your stance on NSA surveillance of US citizens? Surveillance is necessary to limit the scope of the government's power. Surveillance is set night. Surveillance should be allowed on US citizens for only with a search warrant. I like that. Surveillance should be allowed on US citizens for only with a search warrant. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that's
depending on what it is,
Yeah.
It must be something big.
But you need to go to a judge to get a warrant.
Yeah.
So it's
should spending be increased for veterans? How much it would allow you to do though as well?
Yeah.
Is also a question.
Yeah.
Should be increased for veterans, of course. They are regularly heard that they get fucked over. Okay, let's just skip this. What am I? Oh, we're the same. What the hell?
Wow. Okay. You see,
I'm the same.
I thought you'd be more over on the Republican side a little bit. But
Same,
apparently not. Apparently
Same.
not.
Wow. But I think, to be fair, we were around the same place as well.
What's your match with him?
It was 76. It was 79, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Problem is, knowing that, I still wouldn't vote for Kamala.
No.
I mean, there is always a chance that I suppose at the same time that some of the policies might have changed since this bit.
Yeah, because it was Joe Biden still on the ticket.
And you know what, though? I wonder if now, though, with him being in Donald Trump's camp, if some of his policies gone over to them as well.
Maybe.
So would this move along as well?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Because he is actually on the Republican side now.
It does seem that the left is sort of pushing further and further left, whilst the right pushes further and further right. And like,
yeah,
we seem to be sat there, like the vast majority of people going, no, like liberal, like common sense, mid-ground fucking politics is the way that people want to go forward.
Yeah.
We don't want people fucking with our fucking freedoms. We want to be able to say what we want. We want to be able to put what we want into our bodies, and we want to be able to live in a world where we can earn a decent amount of money for a decent day's fucking work. You know what I mean?
It's shocking that I assume it must happen over there too. And in like 2024, it's weird. I had to check the thing then to make sure I had the year right. In 2024, you got people dying of like not enough food, etc. and all that. It's just a crazy thing. And then with the budget, like that's none of that's really been helped. There's been like slight increase on benefit payments.
Yeah, but not enough.
Nah. The one thing they made a big point about was doing something with the draft beers in pubs.
Yeah.
And they were like, and that's going to save a whole penny on every point. Like,
oh, wow.
Cool.
Amazing.
We are sorted in that case.
Well, we're done. We fucking chalk it up as a win, lads. The only way out of this now is to make weed legal and tax it.
Well, no, you say that though, but at the same time, I think they make more money from exporting it.
They would make loads of money if they taxed it, because at the moment there are people using weed and none of it is taxed.
Yeah.
Like it's taxed a little bit through fronts and stuff like that and laundry.
Yeah.
But it's not taxed for the entire amount. And if they were able to introduce a tax on it in the same way they introduced an alcohol tax
and tobacco,
I'd still be willing to buy it. I'd still be willing to pay for that. I'd still be willing to go to shops and get it. That little bit extra, £5 on top of a fucking 10 bag. You
probably get a definite 10 though as well. Then
you'll get a definite 10, and it will be high quality.
Yeah, and
it'll have to reach standards.
Exactly. Yeah, and it would have to. You'd know certain things that are in there. Yeah, it would have been none of that.
Exactly.
Which is why
just like in fucking Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just treat people like adults. We know what we like. We know what we want to do. Let us do it. Tax us so that we can be productive members of society and give something back for our usage of it.
Bear in mind, though, they're already during this as well, they reconfirmed again that by summer next year, the vapes will be done.
Mm.
Disposable vapes won't be allowed anymore. And
You're
also
just not allowed to do anything. You're not allowed to
they're
do
putting more
anything.
tax on vapes in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't you dare
I think
do
it's
it.
good stuff.
Don't you dare do any of the things you like to do because we will tax you to do it. All right, fine. Then let me do all of the things because, like, fuck it, you may as well make all the money if you're going to make it.
Yeah, just take all the money.
For fuck's sake. I mean, like, why is this a problem? Why is this an issue? Like, half the fucking people in the fucking, in Parliament are on cocaine.
Yeah.
Fucking tax the cocaine. Make cocaine legal. Make it taxable. Make sure it's a fucking legal standard so that it has to be this pure. It has to be done in this way. It has to be pure and not full of fucking fentanyl, which can kill people.
I think, like...
What about MDMA? The amount of people doing
it's a
MDMA.
lot easier to probably start off with bud and start involving coke and MD.
Absolutely it is. But there's a
one thing I might get given for my headache stuff. One of the things they do give sometimes to help with it is ketamine.
Shit, yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
there's a fucking great bit at the start of a film called Layer Cake. Have you ever seen Layer Cake?
I know what film you mean. I never bothered. I don't like all those gangster films when they bore the shit out of me.
It's really good.
British gangster. Ugh.
The opening bit is worth watching just for the monologue that Daniel Craig's character does.
I might have seen it. I don't know.
He basically just comes on and goes, one day when governments realize how much money there is in all of this, they will make all of it legal. Not millions, fucking billions.
But this is the thing, though. I think they're already making more money from exporting it. This is the problem from how it seems to work out.
It doesn't. The thing is, it works that way because it makes money for them. It doesn't make money for the grand scheme of things. It doesn't make money for the economy as a whole. It just makes money for those individual MPs who've managed to wrangle their secret license. No one fucking reports on, despite the fact that it's been going on for fucking years.
But surely, though, now with Labour in charge, you'd imagine that should have been different, or because they're not Labour.
No, because they still have the same exact
seats,
policies, and they've still got the exact same policies.
Yeah.
No one's going, well, actually, let's take a look at this. This is a stupid idea. Why don't we consider changing this?
Oh, that was some more stuff in the budget, though. They're giving like another $22 billion to day-to-day spending on the NHS. I've still got about £200 worth of stuff they gave us that, like we can't give back to them. They don't want it. We don't need it.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely that we need more money pumping into it.
Yeah, we don't just need fucking people who know how to manage a business.
This is what it needs people to go in. I don't trust the people at the top. I think that a lot of them are like so fucking probably dodgy as well. They're skimping off the top to begin with.
Well, that's it. Like most of the time, it's people at the top taking shit that they shouldn't take, and then everyone else suffers. And yet, when they get found out, that it's like a golden parachute. They somehow get another job in a different fucking management position somewhere else, really important. It's like, oh, well, you didn't mean to do it, though, did you? No, I didn't mean to do it. Should we go have cocktails? Yes, have cocktails.
So, I mean, at least, when you look at the US election now, though, in comparison, there's a lot less stuffiness and old man. Well, not old man, because it's definitely old man.
Yeah.
We all forget that if Trump wins this election, he will become the oldest president ever.
That's crazy.
Like, he's older than Biden now, but when Biden was president, well, I know he's still now, but
Well, when he's coming into presidency.
Yeah. Or maybe like at some point over.
But still significantly more there.
Oh yeah, more there. Yeah,
way more there than fucking Biden was.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the point.
Biden fell apart.
Yeah. They probably the stress of it all too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen the thing though? This was at. I might be. I don't know. I'd like to try and show you, but I don't want to miss the video.
Yeah.
It was from the funeral of George Bush Senior, I believe.
Right.
And there was like a load of ex-presidents there. Like Obama was there, Clinton, I think. Just a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And George Bush, Jedediah or something, the brother as well, who's like a senator or something. And basically they were handing out like these what looked like, kind of like a program you'd have or something, and they were opening it up, and then these certain presidents were caught on camera with an envelope dropping out, and then them looking at the envelope and then looking at it, and some of them not reacting, but then Jebediah, like, he was all right, and then as soon as he was showing it by his mom, he and Tim went like, looked like, seeing a ghost kind of thing. And all these people got it at the same time, and so obviously there was a lot of people that also had that same folder that didn't have an envelope fall out. More people that didn't, ones that did, but these ex-presidents. It's just kind of weird, like, oh, okay.
It's fucked.
It's a bit of a kaboo there.
Yeah.
I saw it on a PBD. And I don't know.
What the fuck is going on with that?
That's the question, isn't it? Some people were saying, oh, it's because it was let them know that Trump had to leave early, that he couldn't stay for it all. And they were like, oh, Trump. But it's like, well, would they care that much about Trump? Would they really even want him there to begin with? I don't really hear much about him and Bush Senior being golf buddies. Maybe they were. Maybe they chilled out on. I was talking about Epstein Island then, but I only just found out that P Diddy owns an island too, and it's called Love Island.
Oh shit! Oh no! I don't want P Diddy's form of love. We've all seen what that looks like.
Did you hear the new allegation about like a 10-year-old come out recently?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
10?
Yeah, there's something about a 10-year-old with him.
Fuck off! What the fuck is wrong with these people? Why do these people keep getting into positions of power? What is it?
Oh, P Diddy's like a different kind of thing. Yeah,
no,
but it seems to be a thing that they use, isn't it?
That's not even it. Like, look at the amount of politicians. Look at the amount of fucking TV presenters. Look at the amount of fucking, like producers of music and art fucking gallery owners and fucking just over and over and over again. There's a density of pedos in the fucking in the sort of higher upper echelons of the world than there ever seem to be in the real world.
And that P Diddy was like, his white parties he used to do. You ever heard of them? Mm-hmm. They were like more for everyone. He'd say like kids would have to go home at a certain time, and then it would be the after party and the after. But Ashton Kutcher was really good mate to him. I didn't realise this, and he even co-hosted the last one with him.
Fucking hell!
And so this is like bringing Ashton Kutcher into question a lot.
Yeah, him and Mila Kunis.
Yeah, well, she was still because I don't know when this was though, because she was still younger than him for a while, wasn't she? She might not even been with him at that point.
Right. Okay.
Because I think they only got back together not that long ago. I say not that long ago, but I know the last White Party I saw on a documentary somewhere around like 2014.
I know they've both got they've got kids now though.
Yeah. Well,
so they've been together for a few years at least.
They were together a while back and then got back together.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they had kids the first time, maybe.
I don't think they did.
No, probably not actually. Yeah, maybe then. Yeah. When he first got with it, it was weird though because he was a lot older than her. I don't think she was even legal. I think it was the point.
Well, she lied about her age to get onto the set of.
Oh really?
What's it called? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That makes a bit more sense then in that case.
To get onto the set of that 70s show.
Oh, Gesundheit. The one time he did sneeze, I almost forgot to do it.
Yeah.
Nipple.
Yeah. No, but weird fucking situation.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, look, there was something down here. Look, I was going to mention conspiracy theories. Lightheartedly discuss some of the more outlandish conspiracy theories around the election. Did you know on that aspect that there was a car that was recorded going? It was reported as voter fraud already.
Right.
A car going up and setting fire to one of these. It looks like a mailbox where you put it into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've apparently apprehended the person in the car, though. I didn't see any more about that.
Right.
I bet it was just a random crazy one.
Yeah.
Don't know whose side it would be on. It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah.
Because they're probably not helping either side, really.
Well, the thing is, there's this theory that black people always vote for Democrats, so sometimes there's racist people who go in and try and destroy black votes.
Oh, so Democrats just clap up with Kamala then?
Yeah.
It does seem to be like that might be shifting over with Trump now. But the image, but this is the thing that I keep looking at without the policies in mind because we're not living it.
This is it.
Living it.
And like let's be honest. Trump's last presidency was a fucking roller coaster for America.
Yeah, it was wrong though. Either.
It was up and down all over the fucking place. I mean, whether you agree whether it needed to be done or not, the fact is it was tumultuous. You know.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. Like people still talk now. Like if he gets in power, he can destroy the country. That didn't happen the first time, like people say.
I don't think he's going to destroy the country. Yeah, I don't think he's going to destroy the country. No,
I think he's more likely to, if anything, weirdly to say, protect it in regards to being a bit stronger towards, like I said, like your Russia, your other places that I can't think of right now for some reason.
Yeah,
Israel, Iran, and all them. Like he spoke. I know he screwed over Iran at one point. I know.
I mean, the thing is, if Trump gets into power, will he just go, all right, Israel, sort yourselves out?
Yeah, he says that he would be doing a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty heavy move.
I mean, personally, that should have been done a while ago from my eyes.
I don't think it's an irrational move necessarily.
I was quite surprised though during that Israel stuff though that they actually did find the head of Hamas in Rafah, one of the refugee camps after all. So it did kind of be like, okay, well, I see what you're saying then. Like he was in those areas where he kept going to.
Yeah.
But that's because he told all the people to go there, so it made sense as well that he would go and try and hide between them.
Right.
Like, did you not see that when they killed the leader? It was like a drone shot.
Oh no, yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, armless, still throwing wood at it. Yeah. It's like, yeah, well, I don't really think wood's going to do much to a drone. Though.
There was a joke by the Australian comedian, was it Jim Jeffries?
Yeah.
And he goes like, I was doing one of these shows for the USO shows for the American soldiers out in Iraq, and I was just looking down and I saw this guy firing a gun at us. I was like, shit, he's firing a gun. And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. We're far too high for those bullets to hit us. He's just firing a 9mm. That won't get anywhere near us. And then he just goes, hit him. Anyway. I
like that. That's exciting.
That guy's fucking brilliant. Although he's one of the guys who sort of pushed really hard in his comedy and then sort of says that other people can't necessarily push as hard. It's like you can't make up these rules now. You've got the benefits of it, man. It's like Frankie Boyle does that a little bit now. He's like, yeah, Frankie Boyle's like, I don't think that it's right to do some of the jokes that I did before. And I
never had a problem with my Liam Payne joke, probably.
Yeah,
I knew that was going to happen. So it's cool for a second.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a bit of a weird one. The political situation. I genuinely didn't think I was going to side quite that hard with Mr. Kennedy himself, Mr. I can't speak because my throat has gone. Yeah.
I don't need to be there till like 6:30 anyway, really.
All right, sweet.
I don't know how long it would take to even get there.
Like half hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're good then. Still for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I reckon it's about half hour anyway.
Can't be long on drive.
Let me have a look. Let me have a Google while we're here.
And I'll look at another one of these things. So social media, social media shenanigans. Of course, anyone watching us, I'll bear in mind. If you are around the Birmingham area, come down to the Hollybush and say.
Doorbell?
No, that's
it's the TV.
If someone's at the door, it will pop up on Mum's thing, and trust me, she will definitely let us know.
Yeah.
Tried to play a trick on it. Look at how she looked at me then, the cat. Look, when I made that noise.
Yeah.
She's still doing it, look. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, you fucking crazy man? 46 minutes.
Still though.
It's still not as bad as I thought, but it's longer than I suspected.
Yeah. Historical comparisons. Draw humorous parallels between this election and past elections. What ridiculous things have repeated themselves throughout history?
I mean,
the thingy polls are probably wrong, like they always are.
They always are. I mean, I don't think there's ever been an election quite like the ones that Trump are in.
Would Trump accept it if he loses this time?
I don't know. I still think that America is headed in this trajectory at the moment where they don't want their freedoms fucked with, and they still want to be like the most powerful dick swinging this country around.
Yeah.
Right. And Trump is a representation of that emotion and that feeling and that want, right? To still be powerful and to still be, a strong, like, forward-facing man leader.
Yeah, with runs on.
And say what you like about Donald Trump, you can sort of take the piss out of him, but he does present, at least, as a very strong, masculine energy kind of dude.
Which is something that actually only just now they've started to think, oh, maybe we should use that against him and say just a load of bros on stage, which it was all guys on that Madison Square Garden thing.
That's true.
And even had Hulk Hogan doing it.
But
let me tell you something, brother.
Even then, you have to know that some people don't care about that shit. They just don't care because they don't want to vote for a woman.
Oh yeah, some people don't.
Some people in America still genuinely. They did a vote not that long ago, like a poll, and they're like, "Would you vote for a woman?" And they're like, "Nah." 75%, nah.
I wonder who they polled, or where they polled them. Do you know what I mean? That'll be interesting to know, though.
It would be interesting, but ultimately, it does say that there is this difficulty for a female representative.
Yeah.
Now, Biden was an easier buy last time because they'd already had the safe hands of Biden throughout the Obama thing. And basically, people were scared after COVID. And they were like, oh, we need a safe pair of hands. Everything needs to feel calm for a bit. Everything needs to feel calm for a bit.
Why they went for Joe.
Biden will make us feel calm for a bit. And he did. Nothing changed. Everything was just business as usual. America had no fucking, weird shit happened. Don't get me wrong. Weird shit happened. But no one.
Global pandemic happened.
Biden wasn't getting in the way of anyone's particular sort of wants or needs in comparison to, say, Trump during his legacy, who got in the way of various other people's wants and needs.
Not that we know of. Well, I'll say not as loudly. I'm sure he did.
No, but what I'm saying is because Trump is, however you want to describe him, he is anti-establishment.
Yeah, yeah.
Whilst Biden is not. So Biden was just, the establishment is fine, keep on moving, everything is going fine as it should be, as normal.
Yeah.
Basically, the same sort of thing we're doing with fucking Labour at the moment is like, fuck you, Conservatives, we want Labour. Oh, it's the same fucking thing with a different kind.
And they're already talking about who's going to be the new Tory leader to take it back next time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, can't we just do something different?
Mm-hmm.
We just need to vote for reform.
I don't know. I don't want to vote for reform.
I want them to take the idea and just scrap it all and just change the system. That's what I want.
The thing is, I don't trust Nigel Farage to be the person to do that correctly.
It's not just him, though. But if it's changing, the Democrat, the way Parliament works, so he knows how crap Parliament is and how to make it.
And I do agree with that. But I
disagree.
I disagree with a lot of just who he is as a person. I've seen his previous track record. I don't like Nigel Farage.
Yeah, but I just don't think that part comes into it, though, because if you're looking to how to, it won't just be him either.
No.
If you're looking at how to literally make Parliament more productive so that it can do what it needs to do.
I agree with that. I think you're
worried that Nigel Farage won't do that.
I think that there is a better political party to do it.
It's just never happened.
They just don't exist yet.
It's just never happened, and nobody else is trying to do it. That's the problem.
True. Yeah, it's true.
It's hard. You need to be in there. You need to have been in there to know how it works, to know how it needs to change. But normally, whenever somebody's in there, they are completely assimilated into that thing, into that way of being.
It should be very simple. It should just be basically, right, you all pay your taxes, companies, to this extent. You all pay these taxes to this extent. We make sure that every fucking service that is required runs. And other than that, you do what the fuck you like and we tax the aftermath. You know?
Yeah. Everything should be just working.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should just be like, we just go and fix the things that need to be fixed so that the infrastructure of the world works and that people don't fuck with other people. And other than that, we should stay the fuck out of it.
Oh, that's another part, and which I'm sure goes with this too in the budget. There's been a 50% increase to bus ticket prices.
Fuck
50%.
hell.
Go from
Jesus.
£2 to £3. They're definitely trying to help the working man. I think so.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
That is a ridiculous amount of increase. There are people who are literally struggling to get by, and you're like 50% increase to your travel expenses.
Mhm.
Love it.
It was supposed to have been frozen, but even before that as well, though, the bus companies are just as bad because like the prices were frozen. So you had £4 for a day saver where you could get on the normal buses, £4.80 for one where you could get on like the normal buses and the cheaper ones.
Right.
So they thought, okay, we can't up the prices. So what we'll do, we'll scrap the cheaper one.
Awesome.
So you have to pay the more expensive one.
That's so cool.
Even though I haven't seen any of those cheaper buses around these areas anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if they even exist anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. On the way back from the holiday.
From the Holland.
From the Holland.
On the way back from the Amsterdam.
Yeah. Like I the first time we went over, I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning.
And when you went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
I was still
drive
awake
over-
like when you
Yeah.
popped the keys through the
Yeah, that's it.
box.
And I dropped the keys in, and then we walked up to the thing. We managed to catch the slightly earlier bus to the one we expected. And like honestly, after about 10 hours on flights and buses and things like and cars and shit like that, by the time I got to Amsterdam, I was just miserable. So we had a smoke, we had something to
Yeah,
eat,
but that helped.
and then we went to sleep.
Oh wow.
You know? And then we woke up again at around about 7 o'clock to like really enjoy the evening. It was really good.
Oh, okay. So you got there, you had a bit of a nap
Yeah,
then while we were
that's
going to
it, yeah,
sleep.
we
I
can
got
go-
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, of course, yeah, because you're so early morning up.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So then we go on the way back, and like the Dutch airport is so much nicer because it's just like a giant bus terminal
Okay.
in
Yeah.
a really nice way. So like you just walk up to your gate, you sit there, the gate's called out way before the flight gets there, so you just literally rock up to the airport 3 hours early. It's like your flight's going to be here.
I
It
suppose-
changed once to the next one up, and that was it.
I suppose it needs to have like the size to have like people from everywhere coming in, but the amount of people that would be leaving from
Yeah.
Holland, I suppose, is just tiny. Any compared.
Well, they still have quite a lot of people going, back and forth, and KLM make a shitload, and KLM have got their own giant wing of the fucking
Yeah.
the airport, which
Yeah, yeah,
made
yeah.
it a lot easier as well.
Oh, of course, yeah, with the fancy tickets.
Yeah. So
You go on after me. With the
Yeah.
first class go first.
no, there was
Think.
no such thing as first class on this plane, mate.
No.
Fuck no. But it was a lot nicer flight than the one I took to Hungary went back in the day. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But on the way back, we got back and I was so tired, and I just got out of the plane, and I don't like planes that much.
Every time I've only been on like 3 times, and I did quite like it.
I
I'm a
like
fan.
it. I like it after a while. I don't like the takeoff. I like the cruising bit where it's like everything's fine. I'm chill.
Bit where
just-
you're very, very unlikely to have anything happen to
Exactly,
you when
yeah.
you're flying.
Yeah.
The landing and takeoff. Is
And when
easy
I was
normally.
doing like the Atlantic trip over to America, that was fine because it was mostly cruising and you're just sitting there watching it, and you're in a Boeing 747, and turbulence doesn't mean shit to a Boeing 747. It's a tiny wobble you feel at most. This little plane, in comparison, like we hit bits of turbulence, it was constantly rocking and shit, like you're on a like rocky fucking road out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was okay. But by the time I got to the end, I was like the claustrophobia was kicking in because I do have a little bit of that sometimes.
Yeah.
And-
It is more of a ball like when you know you can't get off something.
Yeah, and the people obviously when we get there, they all immediately stand up and get into the aisles and cram in, and they're all sort of leaning over you and shit. And it's like, mate, just fucking sit down and wait for like them to open the doors at least, because there's no point standing up until the fucking doors are open.
See, that's why sometimes I don't like having like extra leg room on like a bus or on the train or something,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I kind of like being in my cocoon.
Yeah,
So I can just ignore everything and I'll wait and I'll get off last or something,
Yeah, I don't mind waiting to get my stuff and fucking leave. I have no problem with when it's clearer,
Yeah.
But yeah, by the time we got to the bus, we'd been literally like delayed by about 3 minutes by getting tobacco and going for a piss. And the bus had literally just fucked off. So
Right.
I'm like at the airport and I'm like, I just want to get home. I'm not doing this anymore. we're taking a taxi. And it was the best 24 quid I ever spent because I was just like, fuck this. I am just going to relax and just
Yeah, man,
chill.
whatever works, yeah, man.
Yeah, and it was.
I think Mom, she did everything. She
Yeah.
mentioned that you came out of a taxi.
Yeah, it was nice.
She was like, I don't know if this is them. They've got bags and they're coming towards here. Yeah, well, they're going to Nathan's car first. I don't know if it's them, but it probably is them.
Yeah,
He's told me they're in England.
yeah.
There's probably a good chance it is them,
Yeah,
Mom.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a wild assumption. Maybe it's them. I don't know. The other day, I was trying to trick the cat, and I was trying to get her to come back, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna leave you then in here the whole night. You're gonna be without me, then you won't be able to come and have a cuddle. You're gonna be left in here with the mother." She ignored it, and Mum was the one that started being like, "No, don't leave her in here. What are you doing?" As I closed the door, went out the door to the side, like waiting for her to hopefully come out, and she wouldn't. But it was Mum that fell for it.
Yeah,
She's just laying there still. Like she is now. She's having a lazy day today, man. She is.
Yeah, she's had a busy time being a cat.
Oh
It's
yeah,
very tiring being a cat.
it is a hard life, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're stoned constantly. That's why it's like being a cat.
Matilda and her sister sort of cleared out.
Every
her
now and then
room.
they take coke back though.
Yeah, Matilda and her sister cleared out her room like completely. So now there's areas for the cat to hide under the bed everywhere, and he's not left like the entire time. And he just keeps on running out, batting your foot like "gotcha," and then running back in like "ha ha ha, you can't get me, cunt."
It's okay when they do that, but it's bad when they try and do it when you're sitting in a chair having a wank.
That's difficult.
If they try and do a bat then on something.
Mm.
I've looked she's been in here before, and I've looked over, and I'm like, I don't trust her. I can't do it with her in the room.
Yeah,
I have to put her out the room.
I
Or
can't-
She knows what I'm doing then. Though. I'm like,
I don't
okay.
find it comfortable, like wanking or fucking with an animal nearby.
Yeah,
I don't
because
like it.
they know what's going on.
They know what's going on. They're not fucking stupid.
Imagine, like I said,
And like, I don't want to set up the fucking thing that this is an okay thing to do for them to start thinking, "Oh, I'm going to jerk off in front of you then."
Exactly.
I don't want that shit.
Nobody wants their cat to do that, do
No,
they?
no one wants their cat to lick themselves to ecstasy.
I've just realised, it took till this far in, and I've just realised I never put any of the graphics up or anything.
Oh no, no graphics.
Took me till now to clock on. There we go.
There we go. Now we've got a
That's better.
graphic. You know where you are now. Squishy logic.
And tiny nameplates as well.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know why
starting to
they're
need
so
a
tiny.
wee.
I think we should wrap up in a second anyway, really.
Yeah,
We've
it's
got
not a
time
bad
to
shout.
sort stuff out, see if Mum needs anything before we go in there.
Yeah.
So it is about that time then. If you are watching live and you are coming down to the Hollybush, we'll both see you very soon.
We will.
You will have a conversation. I probably won't be able to hear what you say, but
Conversation will be had.
conversation will be had. I'll be on stage saying things, maybe not talking to people so much
But saying
on
stuff.
stage. I'll be
Yeah.
saying the things.
Yes.
I just won't know if people laugh.
Yeah.
No, I'll say the thing and I'll put my good ear to him like,
Yeah.
okay, you like that one, cool.
Yeah.
Let's move on. All right then. Anything else to say?
That's about it for me.
Praise Holland be thy Dama.
Yeah. If you can get out to Amsterdam, do get out to Amsterdam and make sure you enjoy the food as well as the weed.
And while you're going there on the plane, you can listen
before I
to
forget as well,
Post-Apocalyptic Metal Treehouse on the It's
Last
Dead Man
thing to-
Dancing
to show
thingy.
Cannabis Museum,
Oh my
one
God.
of the places we went to. Saw the whole history of cannabis. It was very interesting.
History of cannabis.
Yeah.
It started as a seed.
They had
It grew to a plant,
these
and we smoked it.
exactly, basically that.
And man got high.
and then like loads of art and stuff to do with it as well.
Man was happy.
Yeah. They had literally this sort of exhibit that was just 3 different weed plants in like their own little like closed off glass habitat
Oh.
with like the
You-
perfect
you-
conditions, and you could literally sit there watching it like go, "Ooh, it's growing."
I thought you could see it growing then.
No. So this is the goodie bag that they give you when you go in,
Right.
right? And they give you a fridge magnet. And this one is, if you can't see it, it's a little pirate weed guy made of a weed leaf. Or there's this one, the other one that we got, which is a little weed guy lifting weights.
Oh, Miami Beach. Man.
Rasta weights.
Yeah. Rasta pumping.
And then we've got
Stickers.
stickers. We've got the Cannabis Museum Amsterdam with their bear mascot.
Oh.
It's pretty cool, that bear mascot. I do suggest going if you can. It was a lot of fun. Cannabis Museum Amsterdam as well. And
Should pick the one to put up on the backdrop somewhere.
yeah, it's not a bad idea. And then we've also got learn by playing. Use a microscope to examine your favorite strain. Learn how to, if you had your own weed, you could walk in and put it under a microscope and look at your own weed.
Have jokes.
They had like different smell chambers to tell you where the terpenes, the smell of the actual weed came from for different strains. They're like,
Right.
this is a sour diesel, it's this terpene. Oh yeah,
Wow,
that is.
okay.
This is a lemon haze, it's this terpene. Holy shit.
So terpene is just a flavour.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to, like, any bud you have in Amsterdam, say if you go into any of the other countries, are you able to take it with you anywhere?
No,
Just
they
straight
check
up
you at the border.
of Amsterdam or Holland?
Out of Amsterdam.
Ah.
Yeah.
So just straight up Amsterdam only then?
Yeah. So you literally you buy it there, you smoke it there, you leave with nothing.
They check your butthole to make sure it's not
But that's absolutely fine, because that's what we did. We just we planned ahead. We were like, well, we've used that much, so we're going to buy another bit here and another bit here and another bit here, and then oh look, we can cruise to the end, eat a couple of space cakes before we get onto the plane, and away we go.
Yeah, bugger.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Okay then.
Yeah. So there we go.
Right.
I did do other stuff apart from weed as well. I went to the cat museum and all other stuff. Cat museum, sex museum, all sorts of stuff. Sex museum, before I forget as well, because I literally started that. The sex museum was amazing because you go in from the front, and at the start you're suddenly like giggling like a child. You know, it's like ooh, sex museum, and then by like 5 minutes in, you're like, oh, this is actually a really interesting museum.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Right then, we need to wrap up though.
We do.
We can talk more about the other things next time anyway.
We can.
It's like one of them holiday things, man. You'll be like bringing up like Amsterdam for a few things.
I went to Amsterdam.
It'll be like a month thing.
Yeah.
All right then. Other than that, then go over to It's Dead Man Dancing for, or is it Dead Man Dancing? I forget.
No, it's Dead Man Dancing on YouTube.
Bang it.
Dead Man Dancing on basically everywhere else.
Okay.
And go check out Post-Apocalyptic Metal Treehouse on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, wherever you get Podtune. What Podtunes?
Podtunes.
Wherever you get your podcasts from, that's fine.
And tunes.
And your tunes.
And KD Comedy Podcast, wherever you're watching this, check out everything else. There's always the different things, but yeah, the Holly Bush right now. So love you all. See you there.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And by the time we see you next time as well. Oh, well, that's actually before we go. Let's quickly give our prediction. I predict Trump will win.
I predict Trump will win.
Cool. Okay. Bang it. That was easy.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.